And it's for library. I don't have any money. Currently eating a sandwich that I was gifted earlier. Catherine's parties. It was not the one that wanted to force me to starve and have a baby with him just a week while he partied with my money that he would steal from me. I don't know their names. My second cousin's on the library. And he's a leech son. So disgusting. I'm suffering starvation. I don't go home. My two children are separated from me. I don't like. What else? 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 Whoa, some more. I'm heading over to Haven Farm Hope to the courtyard area. So maybe people will give me money there. Not that I'm expecting now. It's a place to network. It's a place to meet people. Maybe someone will propose to me and say, I read about you online. Oh, but I don't have the energy to explain that with them himself. Someone told me I have a ghost love. Here's some trust money. Let's see. If you're interested. What else? What else? This is too much fun. I love me. In the sense of how I'm mocking the people that steal from me, that have stayed in my home without my permission for more than 20 years. They think they're so powerful. They're basura. They fight amongst each other to see who will be the last one standing too. Not only they're trying to kill me for fun to be the prettiest, the hottest on Tinder, they fight amongst themselves so that when this would be exposed, there would be like only one of them alive. So I would be like, so is that the only one that steals from me? So they're like, stop stealing from her. I want to be the sexier one. These are people of the age. They're so disgusting. For decades already. Hilarious. I don't want to be doing this for 5 years plus. Mentioning them every day. What else? 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 My first steps get deposited tomorrow. I may spend the day at Allen Market and then go to laundry the next day. I'll freshen up at the bathroom there and take off my socks. They don't look like that. I've never experienced that before. Wearing socks for like the same pair for multiple days. Other than yeah, maybe like when I was at Haven for Hope, like in 2022 when I got kicked out. What else? What else? I don't do poor people talk. Everyone knows that about me. The people that steal from me don't know how to gauge intelligence. They're so disgusting. They're only interested in raping. So I'm laughing if they thought that I would be like, whatever his name is. I don't do poor people talk. Ew. Ew. For them, he gets to brag because they just sex him up. Today, he's not interested in me that way. I'm not interested in him that way. What else? The library closed. What else? I'm bored. I am bored. I will talk about it again tomorrow. I would eat pizza today. I miss dating. I miss getting on you. What else? I'm bored. I am not one. I thought I did. I thought I the right one. My video didn't record. Europeans have less. And it was such a good video. But my second cousin was there. When I was there, it was like noon. I found a magazine, I can't remember which one it was. It says that Europeans have less. They use less technology. Electricity is high. That is not a deterrent for a lot of people. But the lifestyle, for the most part, the way that it's described, is that one spends a lot of time fucking. What else? And there's pasta. Which some days can feel like I just did this really quick, and some days it might feel like it took me all day. That's an art in itself. A lot of people keep their, butterfly shaped pasta to themselves. Others share it with friends. Others share it with friends that share it with friends that share it with friends. In person through pictures, and then I'll ever post it on Instagram. So not only I missed a good fucking possibly from someone that would love me dating in Lonnie today, but there's always a friend I miss. My life. Never mind. My camera was been flipped to the wrong side. What else? What else? Yeah, waste of time. Okay, I'm doing my own thing for the next 5 years plus. I've been told seeking the death penalty for the people that steal from me and get in the way of me receiving money. The first 2 weeks, quarantena should have been me showing like I'm safe. I can visit places, and he doesn't show up. He may be here just because it's court or order. Like, she's there, you need to show up. What else? I have to get on that one. 3 San Pedro. What else? Which is 70. From the west side all the way to the library. That was lovely today. What else? So, waste of time because I want to be with Jada and Kalani. Not necessarily 24/7. What else? But not even after I stated my case, after they'll start giving me money, gente. And that was in day 1. Then I posted on Facebook that they're stupid, they're They're so gross. They don't understand society. They're pathetic. I keep stopping my breath for like, oh, is it him? He's so pretty. Forget the library is closing, but I'm not gonna stop to see which exit he may be coming out of. What else? I had not seen him in decades. They steal my homes, they steal my vehicles, they steal my money. They're so pathetic. Ew, ew, ew. He pays people illegally to steal, to prostitute themselves against me, porque I'm a second cousin. Yeah, school has killed millions of people trying to kill me just for fun. Loves to know that I'm starving and suffering so he can have an erection. He's just plain disgusting. Ew, ew, ew. I don't want him to live ever. What else? 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 It's just disgusting. Has terrible taste in the people that he hangs out with. La juntilla se le dijo decades ago. It's like, dude, you're too pretty to be ruining your life like this, but if this is what you're like naturally into, the death penalty exists for us to try to eliminate people like you. Porque you're just detrimental to everyone. Pathetic. So gross. Anyways, I'm gonna turn off your top Man, who's gifting me money? I'm bored. I am bored. What does that one say? Sir, what? I want to eat at Central Market today, not on money. I can do this every day. Is that what they're gauging? Those people that I grew up around? They're like, is she really gonna be online every day for like as many years as it takes now? Asking people to give her money and no one's gonna give her money because we're the ones stealing from her. Something just bit me. Shabbat was just on me. I don't know what that is. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. Anyways, I'm heading over to improve my husband. Just kidding. What else? What else? That I've been playing that in my mind. And if I visit Arlene Market, it's just good for practice. As long as I don't tell them or harass them. It's like I was just here, saw my husband. I can head over to Haven for Hope, see my other husband. Head over to Arlene Market tomorrow, see my other husband. Call Jaden and Kaylani. What else? 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 Head over to Royal Blue Rosary, see my other husband. What else? 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 There's more than one of that aesthetic here at the library sometimes. My second cousins. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Anyways, I'm gonna stay here tonight. You can take happy day list. I hope he kills himself today. I hope Jennifer Bonillas kills herself. Esos tipos una licha asquerosa puerca in front of my second cousin decades ago said that she was so lucky that he took her as an illegal prostitute with my money, with my vehicles, and my homes. Oh, the way that he disgusts. He's an animal. He doesn't make love. He's disgusting. Ese tipo es un puerco, una basura, un puerdocero asquerosidad de mierda. Lo que quiere es destruirlo todo para que la gente viva en decay, para él burlarse de que he can still get to where we flaws and he's the only one with no cavities. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? In his teeth. The muscle. Ew. Ew, ew. I'm gonna take a class. Maybe we're watching the Vegas class. When does the bus get here again? You can decapitate Magdalena Herrera. She was born when she was a child. What else? 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 Who stays in my homes without my permission, steals my vehicles, gets in the way of mercy, money, and then stalks me? ¿Qué asco, no? Sarah Francis should kill herself today, but Anissa Venega should kill herself today. Kayla Barnes should kill herself today. They're disgusting assigned the rapists, murderers, and thieves. Stealing my money so I can date. Okay, literally, cuando le sale semen, he's like, Arlene can't do this. Literally, I don't have a penis to have semen come out of it. That should have been enough. What else? 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 They'll school for more than 20 years. I'm lucky that their dad is responsible and doesn't want to go to jail. Possibly. What? Oh, and he and I are in good terms. What else? He's never raped. What else? 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 So, Aga and I got to have babies together. My homes are stolen, so I could join the Air Force, so I could have peace. They're trying to make Iker look like he's a wife beater when he isn't. Hoping to get a scapegoat to kill me, and then my baby's daddy is in jail, and they'll be like, ha ha ha, the baby daddy's in jail. That's why he gets impregnated my second cousin I'm trying to kill. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Who's giving money to them? Yikes, I can do this for the next 5 years. I know what being a supermodel is. What else? So that's what I strive for. Is that my view? Vera's personality type is very much innate to me to do good. What else? 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 It's the I-35 I miss. Is the I miss my Lexus. Is this far? Oh, but this does not have does that to the Hayward area? I haven't checked. There's been some changes. It used to be 3 and 4. And then it's on. What else? 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 Is moving my money today? What else is on my outfit? This one. What? So many of my corsets are stolen. What else? I'm bored. They sell this at Goodwill. Sometimes they're online very cheap, but I'm not gonna do that. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? It's so no one goes on not giving me money for corsets because a t-shirt's not a percent. They do that sometimes. So lovely. Coincidence maybe, but I've learned that they do that sometimes. I didn't say it, I say that. What else? 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 I am bored. I want to shop at Target today. Who's gifting me money today? What else? What else? Ooh, this guy looks so pretty. Look at that. What else? What else? I'm bored. What else? You can decapitate is Arlene Lorenzo, que se lo mamaba a él when I was younger. He was raping me, well, with my money, he was dating her. What else? Esto sigue. Oof, I'm very entertained. I'm a long aficionado. Great culture. I love olives and olive oil and bread. What else? Feta in the right setting with the right person too. What else? They think that I'm gonna kill myself for not being able to stay in a place like that, staying at a homeless shelter. They're pathetic. They thought that they would get feedback from people in writing over David, it's not your hot. And then they hype themselves still as adults, like 10 years ago when I was just in California, possibly eating semen and tending to my 2 babies and eating like a really good meal too, and resting and having a lovely day creating. They were hyping themselves up in text 10 years ago, like, David, wait until Arlene is poor, she's gonna run out of money soon. You'll see that they all do. And all the girls start saying, like Paris Hilton says, David, you're hot. Or that other, la Gomay, what is the next sentence that Gomay said? What else? Eso es lo que le voy a escribir a Andrew. Andrew, like whatever la Gomay is saying at the moment. What else? A Marilyn la gente le va a estar dando aplauso por dejar a Arlene sin ropa para que se muera, porque Marilyn es our hype girl, que nos lleva a comer, nos lleva a sitios así con el dinero que le robamos a Arlene. Y Arlene no se deja violar, y Marilyn la que nos viola. So whatever I'm doing in this moment, it's perfect, considering my circumstances. What else? I'm bored. I want Arlene Lorenzo Acevedo to kill herself today. That's not him. Everybody, oh, that was so funny the other day. There was a dark skinned guy, and I'm like, oh, it's not him. And then I saw him. I'm like, I don't talk to people for that reason, because you may have friends in the area and maybe like that I walk past her and she's gonna think that you are me. They're very infantile with their words. What else? I'd already gone to this on my vehicle today. It's a lovely wife that literally stole my vehicle. What else? Esto sigue, even if I'm not online, I may be cruising with the amor de mi vida. I could be possibly excited about this tomorrow to get to, where is that, HEB? Because my footsteps got deposited tomorrow, so I'm gonna get oatmeal tomorrow with there, and I've got a oatmeal overnight out. Man, I'm not eating my because that's too boring to make them footsteps. I could not afford a bowl jar. Oh, I don't do plastic recyclables with this. Oh, but if I had just bought one and saved the container, some people say, like, if it's not heated and it's clean, stain free, you can use it for a few times. True story. What else? I love a good bowl jar. That's what I was making for myself and Janine Canales of 2020. What else? I'm bored. So what was I saying? Oh, that this is fun. Porque I'm as goody to shoes. No enthusiast. If I were to describe my day, briefly, I would say maybe seeking the death penalty for the people that steal from me and trying to get people to give me money ASAP. so I could sustain myself and dating Kehlani. For the other part, I saw a magazine earlier. I browsed through some books, browsed through Facebook, ate a sandwich, saw some flowers, saw a nice building. Kehlani's tatitas, my tatitas, Kehlani's face, maybe on that mural. It's so pretty. It's so beautiful. Sometimes get a lookalike or someone that is not going through trauma. And as an example, it's like, no, it's not her daughter. It's this girl in Bernie, possibly even a relative or not, that looks like it. And then people start comparing conversation like, oh, but why are you Kehlani stable? And has nothing to do with that one having everything. My wedding ring to a Muñoz Carrero was both white and yellow gold, so the crown is so pretty. Or the headpiece. The Lauras, if that's what that is. What else? And that was talked about with me decades ago. Porque my sibling was gonna rate people at the Intercontinental. My dad was gonna live here. My mom was gonna live at 300 Main. I was supposed to be like, I would have a place here in the rooms that I would have to pay for, not necessarily my dad's home. Or I could get myself an apartment. Porque everyone needs their own private space. But there's hotels here. And then they're like, you can pick to live in those. Where was that? Villas Aiguas? That's basically free by the city. And then they would sustain my lifestyle. I was 12 at the moment when those plans were being made. What else? And it's still a nice space. It still has a pool. Or you can get your own place, or Haven for Hope will be open so that people can move here and transition if they don't know how to transition immediately into a hotel or an apartment building. That is also with this type of development. There's a need, but it didn't all happen simultaneously. The homeless shelter opened first. Pero it feels so it's basically some people may move from Idaho and be like, no, I'm stuck in a penthouse here and I miss this though. So to rethink that, I've heard they don't move out immediately to Idaho. They're like, I'm heading to a homeless shelter, calling my friends from there, meeting more people that I can like send over with me and visit me in Idaho. And that's how they leave. Then like, I had to go in my apartment. I'm moving somewhere else. What else? It's not a place for people to go and die. What else? I'm bored. I am bored. I want to have cash today. Who's gifting me money? I need dollars. I'm in the United States. So pretty, that mural. I can see it from here. It's towards the right side of this building in that open area to the top floor. On that wall, there's some purple. It's at a place called Moon Stars. What else? And I'm the only one over here. What else? Party, I love to party. Love to socialize. What else? I'm bored. So here I am, 45 years old. My mommy is dead. My dad may be visiting sometimes. And I just haven't run into him. What else? I'm bored. smells better.